Today, I'm going to teach you the guitar soloing secret that I wish I knew so much sooner in my guitar playing career. All the pros use this. It's the way they think about soloing whatever genre they're doing, blues or jazz or rock or an indie track. It doesn't matter. This is how they do it. For the purpose of today, we're going to be doing it a little bluesy. I'm going to be playing 2 bars of like an A7 chord to 2 bars of a D7. Just to talk about this concept. And what it's called is chord tone soloing. And so what we're going to do is we're going to actually play chord tones from the A7 chord, and we're going to play chord tones from the D7 chord on those particular chords. But the beat that matters is beat 1. So when I first get to A, I'm starting on that first note, I want to play an A, a C sharp, an E, or a G. That would be my 7. So 1, 3, 5, 7, my notes. Now some of those notes aren't in the pentatonic scale, so we could just stick with E and A in our minor pentatonic, scale shape. But we could also go outside our scale shape and land on that C sharp. It really doesn't matter if we stay within the scale shape when we're landing on the chord tones. We stay within the scale shape when we're in between the chord tones, if that makes sense. So when I start off, I play an A, and then I can noodle around in this key for a little bit, and I'm using this minor pentatonic scale. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and I go to the D. And I'm landing on an F sharp here. So for the D, I can do D, F sharp, A, and C are the notes that I could use. Now, F sharp isn't technically in our scale, but you can hear when I play that F sharp how much it sounds like D even without a backing track. Let's try it. Remember, 2 bars of A. There we go, 2 bars of A, and then 2 bars of the D7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. You can really hear that F sharp pulls out. You can hear that chord change, right? And then we do the same thing when we're going back to the A. So we're starting on the D. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. And again, now you can hear we're on the A. So how do we do this practically, right? I give you something like this idea. I say, hey, we're going to do chord tone soloing. We're going to land on the chord tones. And you say, but hey, I get confused about what notes are in what chord. And here's the easiest way to start doing this. If I say we're playing an A7 chord and you know how to play an A7 chord, the very first step is you can find an A and you can play an A. It's called A. A is going to sound good. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I'm just going to play that A as whole notes on beat 1. A, 2, 3, 4. A, 2, 3, 4. And then I'm going to go to a D. D, 2, 3, 4, D, 2, 3, 4. And those are what I would call guide tones for my solo. I'm going to use those as guides. So my next step, once I can do that reliably, is I start adding in 1, 2, maybe 3 notes in between it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Right? I'm mostly playing my whole note, but in between I'm adding in just a few more notes, and I'm going to add more and more and more. I would just do 1 note in between at the beginning, and then 2, and then 3, and eventually I take off the restraints and I just play anything. Now, if you're already to a place where that feels comfortable, but you're like, hey, I still don't know what the chord tones are for a D7 chord, what you can do is you can grab the D7 chord. All these notes are chord tones. Any of those notes that are in the chord that, say, your rhythm guitarist or your piano player is going to play, you can land on and they're going to sound really good because they're already playing them. So maybe as I notice I'm going to land on my A for this A7 chord, but I want to do a new note for this D7 chord. I can say, well, hey, if I play my D7 voicing, I could land on this note right here, this C. So let's try it. If I do my A, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, right? right? Now I've landed on that, and it's going to sound good over my D7. Let's try this note, which is an F sharp, is in my D7 chord. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Right? We can experiment with different notes, but the easiest way to find them is to just play the chord, and then all those are going to work as chord tones on places to land for that chord, and each one's going to have a slightly different character than the others. All right, that is it. This is a super easy soloing hack. All the pros use this. It doesn't matter. If you're playing really complicated jazz chords, you're trying to land on chord tones to emphasize those notes. If you're playing just a long, really simple rock chord progression, you're still landing on those notes as the chords change. That is the magic. Now, if you're having fun doing this lesson and you want some more help with guitar, meet me over at skool.com/guitar. That's skool.com/guitar. Join my free guitar course and community where we're just all playing together, getting better at guitar, learning every day. I'll leave a link down in the description. I'll see you next time. I'm Jake with Guitar Gym Pro.